up, I want to remind you guys that this panel is sponsored by Of the XPs. One of the writers are actually up here right now. Of the XPs is a fantastic sci-fi series that has a lot of anime inspiration. Make sure to go check out their booth, which is right next to the Random Ramblings booth. It's 230, right, or 232? It's one of those two because it's next to us. Booth number 232. It's gonna be there at the East Wing. Make sure to go check it out, or go to spiritcombustion.com to go check that out as well. With that in mind, guys, I want you to tell me what Marvel character should have their own show on Disney Plus. Starting down and then coming up.
Magneto.
Magneto. Hey. Why?
Woo. I mean, he's basically the antithesis, the antagonist of, in my opinion, the greatest Marvel comic book series of all time. And he is the other half of the series. Professor X being the other half. Why would you not give him his own series?
True that. Alright. Magneto. Alright.
Alright, so I was thinking Professor Hulk.
Professor Hulk. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, what's your reason?
My reason? Well, because Hulk hasn't really gotten an adaptation that's been like loved by people recently. So I think Professor Hulk is pretty funny, and I think that he could make a good show out of it.
Alright. And then finally Chris.
To have a good adaptation is one of the events.
Very simple.
That sounds good. Alright, Chris, sorry, your turn.
It's very simple. The story of Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne's Ant-Man and Wasp.
Okay.
But based on the Janet Van Dyne and the Hank Pym.
Alright, what's the reason?
The reason, so we can learn the backstory of how Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne became the Ant-Man, the original Ant-Man and Wasp. So it'll be like a prequel series.
Okay. Alright, cool. Okay, so we have the answers and the reasons why. Now is where the exciting part starts. It's time for the debates. It's time for everyone to yell at each other and get angry. Right? It's time for you guys to destroy each other. I want you guys to tell me why your show deserves to exist, why your character deserves to have their own show, and why the other two don't deserve it. Let's start this argument now. We have 3 minutes on the clock once I put the dang clock app on, because I am an idiot who doesn't remember to do that. What is wrong with me?
And this is just chaos.
Thank you. Alright, I got it now. Alright, so, start!
Alright.
Mash it up.
I'll go first.
Alright, go ahead.
Alright, so Magneto. Let's think of it this way. Yeah, everyone likes their heroes, everyone likes all that, but what do we really like? What do we like to play in video games? We like to play the villains. We like to learn more about the villains. Who carries the plot? The antagonist. The antithesis of everything there. And we have all these new hero shows coming out. Why not have one about one of the greatest antagonists in comic book history, Magneto himself?
And for the record, you guys are allowed to argue.
Janet Van Dyne and Hank Pym are like two of it's one of Marvel's most iconic couples. Probably one of the original couples of all time, People love Michael Douglas, people love Michelle Pfeiffer. They're both Hollywood icons. They will get huge ratings, and then we'll finally learn the story of how Dr. Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne became Ant-Man and the Wasp, their backstory, their background.
So we want to hear about a romance and not about, the upcoming...
not more than romance, I said the backstory. I said their backstory. Backstory of how they became Ant-Man and Wasp in the beginning,
All right,
in the 60s, 70s.
Well, No, he's the Hulk. He's pissed off. Can I say that actually?
No, yeah, you can. It's
Okay.
fine. Just don't say like super curse words like F-bombs.
Alright.
Yeah.
Look, he's like a super angry guy. He goes crazy. You saw he was going against Thanos and all those armies in the first Avengers. I want to know how the hell Bruce Banner calmed him down. Like, I want to know that story. How did he get Hulk to become like this tame dude? Like, how did that happen? I want to know about that.
How much time are we going to spend on either of these? I mean, you're both going to have a fairly short series where Magneto, the whole point of with his
I mean,
raising
short
up
is
with
not
the
gonna,
others.
short doesn't mean it's bad.
No,
I mean, there's some series that go on for too long.
It's true.
This is
So
also
having a
true.
short series is not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
Right, but
It's
Especially
better
if
to
it's
go
a
out on
prequel
a high
series.
note than to keep
It's meant to
going
be
and
short.
going and going and going.
but we need someone to save
We
the
learned about how
X-Men.
Hank Pym invents the Pym particles and how, you know, of course Janet and Hank meet and
They kind of already got their own movie though, and it was a great one. I love Ant-Man and the Wasp. I would like to see more, but
that's
I mean,
just based on Scott Lang
X-Men
and,
needs
and
to
Hope
be
Van
saved.
Dyne. I'm talking about the original Ant-Man and Wasp. Hank Pym and Janet
I know
Van
who you're
Dyne.
talking about. Yeah. Well, I think Hank was the star
We
of
get to
that
see
movie.
Michael Douglas in the Ant-Man suit extensively. We get to see Michelle Pfeiffer in the Wasp suit extensively, longer than in both
Also
movies.
need to show that the Hulk can be in a good adaptation, guys.
Alright, and time is up. Great debate, guys. Great debate. Everyone give him a round of applause real quick. Alright, thank you.
I think it was too civilized.
It was a little too civilized for my taste.
Maybe I
I'm
should have been more
usually more used to people getting upset, but,
Then again, I'm Professor Hulk.
with that in mind, okay, so, I want my closing statements. So here's what I want to hear from you guys. I want each of you to give me, very quickly, very short, because we are at a time limit, very quickly, very short, I want you to give me the name of your show and a quick plot synopsis of what it's about. Alright? Like, really reel us in why we want to watch this show more than the other two. Starting this way, down to down. Alright, here to down, whatever, I don't know. I'm tired.
The show will be called Ant-Man and the Wasp: The Beginning. It'll be about the origin story of Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne and their Ant-Man and Wasp. Of course, it'll star Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer. And we will learn the origin story of how Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne become Ant-Man and Wasp, how they meet, how did they join S.H.I.E.L.D. and all their humble beginnings, you know, before Scott Lang and everyone else.
Okay. Alright. Alright, cool. And Ant-Man and the Wasp, the beginning. Interesting. Alright. Next. Professor
Alright,
Hulk, what's-
so mine will be the Hulk, the taming of the beast. And it'll take place in between Infinity War and Endgame. It'll basically show how the Hulk stopped being so scared, how Bruce Banner got him to come out again. Like, whatever he did, I don't know. Came out of a closet or something, who knows? Well, we're gonna see all that. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay, then. Fabulous Hulk. There we go. Alright.
Magneto, the force of freedom.
Ooh.
For as we know, he is a freedom fighter, and he does not back down no matter the situation. It will briefly go about his origin story, as we have seen it throughout the films. It will be more about how he gathers other mutants that are tired of the oppression and what's going on, from lesser known to some fan favorites like Mystique, of course. And how he eventually achieves freedom for the mutants.
Alright. Okay, alright, now we got our closing statements. Very good. I mainly because I'm a Marvel fan, I would watch all of them. I probably would.
Likewise.
But with that in mind, it's all about the argument, guys. It's all about the debate. Who made the best one? And for this round, really thinking about it, who had the best arguments? Honestly, I'm gonna go with Magneto. I'm gonna go with Magneto. Literally the reason, like, it's just like when you two tried arguing a few points, like with Hulk, is like you didn't really give too much of a plot with it, and then with you it's kind of like repeat. It's like how they became Ant-Man and Wasp, how they became Ant-Man and Wasp over and over and over again. It's like, yeah, we heard it. Okay, it's how they became Ant-Man and Wasp, but what else? So like with Magneto, it was more of an explanation. So there, congrats. All right, and a prize. Oh, you know what?
Curse, I wasn't in the middle.
Right? No, we broke the curse. Okay, for you guys who don't know, for the longest time, we've been having this weird curse going on with our Media Mash panels where, for whatever reason, if you sit in the middle, you tend to win. And he just broke it. Oh wait, shout out your stuff. I want to do that more often now. I want you to shout out. He's like,
I am Gabriel McCarty from my brother and my company, Sphere of Compassion. We write our own action-adventure anime-style novels. We have 2 series right now of the EXPs, which is about a race of artificial beings fighting to create their ideal utopia. Lots of psychology, lore, and action. A bit of romance, a bit of everything really. And our other series is the main character, which is a satire on all things anime, mainly the shonen genre. So you can find us on Amazon, sphereofcompassion.com, Twitter, Tumblr, it's all Sphere of Compassion.
Awesome. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, get your prize, and let's pick the next question.